What up, what up, what up, ladies and gentlemen out there? Welcome to episode 4 of The Last of Us spoiler cast with the Lesser Stealthy Ninjas. You got Aurelia Miss, the aka the final girl. You got the Cordyceps King, Cosmic Boss, and then
Yep.
you just have me, Scoop.
The
No
survivor.
special, no special introduction, just Scoop.
The survivor.
Just Scoop. But so yeah, episode 4 of The Last of Us was Sunday. It went down, and like how we've been recently doing it, I'm gonna let Aranya take it away to see how she feels, and that way, Boss and I could basically compare the episode to the game. So, Aranya, how did you feel about episode 4 of The Last of Us?
I squealed when they found the men's magazine because of what y'all said last week. I was like, I was excited. And I was like, I know they're gonna make fun of me, but I don't care. I really, and I mean, I know this is a thing. I just really hate humans in these types of scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Humans are always the zombies are a big enough problem, but then here you come with the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to attack somebody, bullshit. It pisses me off. Like, it just does. It's like, damn, I hate to sound cliche, but can't we all get along? It's more zombies than it is us. And then you trying to kill the us? Like, what the hell? I'd rather there be 50 people between me and some zombies than me getting mad and killing 40 people. Just saying. And I mean, they didn't even eat them.
Yeah.
In some movies they'll kill the stragglers and be like, we're gonna eat them, but
Well, to give some foresight, when we get to The Last of Us 2, you will see The Last of Us 2, you deal with more humans, the more human element, than you deal with the more infected element.
Let's not shortchange it though. The infected element
No.
is
You still
rough.
deal with the infected. You still deal with. I mean, because the infected is really still real out in these streets, but you deal with more of the human element because of the story. Let me say that you deal with the more human element because of the story of Last of Us 2, and you really do see how really real things can get when humans human. And with this episode, you kind of get that Salt Bay sprinkle. You get that little, they going on a citywide manhunt to find Henry. And you see them people were strapped.
yeah.
Like what I don't know if you caught the inside the episode after the episode was over, but old buddy said basically when like an evil regime falls in the world, history is filled with examples of these. When an evil regime falls, more often than not, the one that makes it fall is worse or equally as bad than the one before. So it's just like these people were in the QZ as, what was her name?
Kathleen.
And she would look like the angriest kindergarten teacher you ever seen. But as she was stating, they basically overtook Fedra and are now free. She, to get into spoilers, kept a doctor because Henry basically was not with them. He was like, no, I ain't helping y'all attack Fedra. Essentially, that's what we can. It's not outright stated what he did wrong, other than he may have been affiliated with Fedra. So it's like, and we saw she is too far into the revenge trip. She don't care about nothing else.
Well, hold on. So with also that, Aranya, now we actually find, like, I'm gonna say finally, but we really get to see humans outside the QZ like that. Other than what we saw with Raiders attacking Bill's settlement, how else did you feel about the rest of the episode played out? Where, the person in the street and them getting to Kansas City and everything else. So how else did you feel about the way everything else played out?
Well, first of all, I knew that man that was like, help me. Hit the gas. We know I'm not that person. Don't ask me for help ever.
Come running out the side of the house. Just, help me. Oh.
Never. I knew it was gonna be a trap. I guess I didn't really understand because I can't read maps. Shut up, it's a disability. I guess I didn't understand why they didn't just go ahead and backtrack, because he knew that going through the town, the city was gonna be dangerous. And you got this little girl and you on a mission, and y'all finally got some supplies where y'all good. You stayed up all night in the forest for fear of somebody running up on y'all. But then you go through the city and the city gonna have crazy motherfuckers in it. So I'm just kind of like, bro, that was a poor decision on your part. It was a poor decision.
It was very much so. All right, well, go ahead and keep going. So, they get into a scuffle with some peeps.
Yeah, and they ran over the little nail strip thing. Now you've lost all of your goods in the vehicle. I almost called her Belle. What's the little girl name?
Ellie.
I was close. Look at that. Like, I would have probably shot that man in the head just to be.
Really, I think that was the first time. Wouldn't say first time, but she shot him at least.
I've been shooting since I was 6, and I aim for the head. I don't, especially in this kind of society, like, and everybody dangerous, and they didn't already told you these people will kill you. I'm aiming for the head. I don't care. Fuck all that. I'm aiming for your head because, what's the purpose of shooting them anywhere else? So that they just lay on the floor and be sad? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's gonna have to kill them. You can't just leave them there and just be like, oh, no, you need to go and shoot them in the head and go on about your day. Especially when your caregiver is in danger.
And it's also funny too, because I can't remember so much in Last of Us 1. Maybe because 2 is more fresher in my head. But that's where sometimes 2, the game kind of psychologically messed you up. Because remember, after they killed old buddy, Brian, remember the people showed up. Hey, they killed Brian. They killed Brian. We got to find. See, in Last of Us 2, when you get entangled with certain random human groups, you would shoot somebody. Oh my God, they shot Michelle. And you're like, I shot Michelle. Like, like, you start to kind of feel on the opposite end, like, oh, I shot Michelle. I hope that wasn't nobody's girlfriend or sister, but she was the ops.
Who would feel that way? Who would feel that way? Not me. We talk again. I say this is a life or death situation,
and I agree.
Just we driving down the streets of H-Town normal. Like, if I shoot Michelle and we driving down the streets of H-Town normal, then yeah, I'd be like, oh my God, that's probably somebody's mom. But like, if this is situation, what? If some kid runs up to me, I'm throwing him in the dirt. Get away from me. You got a bomb on you. And I'm kicking him. No, this is not the same. It's not the same. And these people acting casual like it is. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
But yeah, that threw me off. But yeah, so we were introduced to 2 new characters, Perry and Kathleen. They were not in the game. Shout out to Perry, because Perry actually voices Tommy in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
So Perry and Kathleen was introduced, and like Paul said, when you see Kathleen, she looks like the angriest kindergarten teacher, but obviously Kathleen is ruthless. Actually, Kathleen is biting. And
an actress, she has the same disorder that I have about sounds.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And as we see, she's on a worldwide hunt for Henry. Like, she even was like, hey, Brian died because of Henry. Wherever these 2 people came in, it might have been people Henry contacted to get in the city. And it's like, y'all giving Henry a little too much power.
Right.
Right.
But as you see, they're getting their apocalyptic vehicles. You know, they got the
I
they got
love
the they got the blicks ready. You know what I'm saying? And they on a citywide hunt. And of course,
that's me and
we
Boss's
see
vehicle.
again.
I said that's me and Boss's vehicle. When the first vehicle drove by, I was like, "That's me and Boss right there. That's our vehicle."
And then of
Yeah, you
course, we saw, they how it feels to be on the run. Them trying to go from building to building, sneaking around, and then kind of like what you said with the symbolism of the beginning and the end. Ellie made mention, "You think we gonna be safe?" That flickered in Joel, and Joel was like, "All right, fam, I'm gonna go ahead and stay on up." And then we saw at the end of the episode, Joel falls asleep, wake up to a gun to the face.
Right. Now, look, here's the thing. He still had his survival mindset. He had glass putting
That is true.
all
Yep.
around the room in the door. Them people were already up there.
yeah.
Not already up there, but you probably gotta look at it this way. When the last time Joel went to sleep?
Right.
Right.
So Joel
So
was sleeping.
Joel was probably mouth open, drooling,
Older.
Out. He done had him a nice little chuckle. He was feeling a little bit good.
Okay.
Hey,
Before we get to it, before we get to the game side compared to that had to have been a genuine moment in the show.
Yes.
I think he laughed for real at that joke. And that moment was so cute that they had to leave it in there.
Yeah. Because he got a good tickle.
Then they said, "Run to your jeans." He looked like, the what? He turned back over.
I loved it. But I knew he was going to sleep hard because, like I said, he had a tussle. That adrenaline plus, you've been up for a couple of days, you're drained.
He had the couch cushions. He was feeling comfortable.
Let's also, he was 56 years old, walked up, what they say, 30-something flights?
33.
Oh, he wouldn't have made it.
33.
I've been on the second floor. Like
when he sat down on that floor, she talked about get up. I'm like, look, you gonna find you some business. Look,
I'm back here the child. Ain't no laws here. And let me say, for the record, I am not abusive towards children. I'm just saying.
Apocalyptic situations, you're not your normal self.
No.
You can get your knee turned around the other way, fucking with me on the floor. Like,
because if I'm tired, and my back hurting and knees,
now
and he had to lift her up and get her in the window. That's a lot of work.
Now, slight differences between the show and the game. The show took place in Kansas City. The game was Pittsburgh. The same thing with the magazine happened. Almost the same thing with the situation with the guy in the street. But I think in the game, the guy had a gun, right?
It was hidden. Like
yeah,
in
the show, guy had the gun
out the way. He in the game, he walked out, help, and Joel's like, put your seatbelt on. And Ellie's like, aren't we gonna help him? Joel says one of the most badass lines I remember to this day. He ain't even hurt.
And then right when he's about to hit him, he shoots at you.
Pulls out the gas, pulls out the gun, starts shooting, gets hit, ran over, annihilated. Like so.
And now it turns into a whole survival situation.
Yeah.
And then of course,
in the game, you're getting hunted by like this militia group of people.
Yeah, it's like a militia group. Yeah,
they're looking for you, and you run into Sam and Henry. Not like that in the game.
No, you actually kind of run into them on a more of a we on the run, y'all on the run. Let's kind of be on the run together. You know,
right.
With,
like Pittsburgh had
spoiler alert. You can deduce that was Sam and Henry at the end of the episode of The Last of Us, episode 4.
Oh, I was about to ask y'all who was in Black people.
Yeah, it was Sam and Henry.
Sam and Henry. Now
I think they made Henry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I think they made Sam a little bit younger in the show, right?
He's a little bit younger, and he's deaf in the show.
Oh, damn.
And that was the one who had the gun on Joel.
Right.
This one?
Yes. Yeah.
But
So
Henry the big brother now.
In the game,
too,
he's almost Ellie's age in the game. He's like a year younger than Ellie. And like Pittsburgh is a long section of the game.
It's a long section. Because then also too, when you're in Pittsburgh, what they discussed in episode 2 about them randomly bombing, that's when you find that out in the Pittsburgh section. That's when Joel tells Ellie, yeah, they just started bombing cities. Like the bigger cities, they was just dropping bombs because you start to see the way the buildings was looking so just cattywampus that he was like, yeah, they just started just randomly bombing. They tried to bring down the infection the best way they could, so they just dropped them bombs. Also, too, in the episode, you saw what was lurking beneath that ground.
Yep.
Number one, in the game, that ain't there.
No, it's not.
So in the game, you go through like this whole bookstore, which is one of my favorite sections in that game. You go through the hotel, which is another great section. You eventually meet, it's a lot of good sections in Pittsburgh, but that shit. When that ground rumbled like tremors, I'm like, we gonna tell. I'm getting that. She like, man, she gonna tell that man talk about hold off until okay, all right. I'd have walked right out the door and been out the city. Do you understand me?
No. I would have walked out the door and been like, hey y'all, there's something under there. You said hold off. You ain't say how long.
Right. Bruh.
I'll be like, look, I would have looked at Kathleen and been like, Henry ain't that important, fam.
Right.
Here's the thing that she didn't process immediately. The ground looked like a crater. It moved like something was burrowing under the ground. Number one, let's talk about what is strong enough to move concrete foundations.
And big like that.
And in that size.
No, thank you.
Seal it off? With what, bitch? Like with what? Cause we should have told everybody, fuck Sam and Henry, let them be. Look, we ain't got no food no more because it's gone. What you mean it's gone? Look. Gone. Like that's it. It's gone. Seal off this building, blow it up at the joints in the supports, let it crumble on top of itself. That's it. And then we moving. Load it up, pack it up. We getting our fellowship of the ring on. Let's get on this good foot. Let's go. Cause I ain't sticking around here. Not at all.
For what reason? To get it up?
Right. Ain't about to give me no tentacle kiss. Ain't happening. I'm not in the hentai. Nope.
No.
Nope.
No, thank you. And that's a big tentacle.
Also, so to go back to you, Aranya, how are you feeling about everything so far? Four episodes in, how you feeling about everything so far? Like the way the show is building up, the way it's showed, the way it's going is going. How you feeling so far?
I'm enjoying it. I mean, there are things that I've stated on here that I don't agree with, but I mean, that's how movies go. They're not going to do everything that you think they should do because then it'll be real short. Keep it a buck. So
yeah, because I wouldn't have made it 20 years. I'm just letting you know that right now.
I don't even think I'd make it a year unless I was holed up in the facility, kind of like Bill, and there were other people there to help build the walls and stuff. Because if I got to build the walls, I'm still not gonna make it and do the booby traps. No, I just need to be able to live in the house, and I'll have a stew kitchen. I'll cook stew every day and have some rice, and everybody come get a plate out the window because I can't function like that. Stew kitchen. Iranian stew kitchen, but I know that I probably wouldn't make it. I'm not a soldier like that, and I am going to unload my clip into somebody's face because I don't care like that. Like I don't understand this empathy. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm confused because to me it's survival of the fittest, and you're not fittest, and I'm gonna make sure you're not fittest. You don't have no face now. There you go. So I like it so far. I think it's entertaining.
Right.
And
I
that's the
think,
one. Okay.
yeah, well, yeah, I think you'll get more of an appreciation for 2 because they show a wider range of humanity instead of just,
And that's what I was about to get ready to bring up. That 2
yeah,
brings you through more of that. The fact
everybody
that,
like how they view. Like there are people in 2 that have your view, like strict survival, like, and they're not necessarily evil people,
Right.
right? Like we're not gonna hunt you down to kill you, but don't come around here for help if you ain't with my people.
Hell, I'm like that
So-
right now, today. Do not come knocking on my motherfucking door. Like, who are you and who sent you?
Right.
and then only that, but then 2 also does give that. 2 also does give that we want to try to have humanity, even though outside the bubble, things is extremely fucked up. But we want to try to get back to a humanity level. Like we want to care for our fellow man and woman. People was having babies again and things like that. So two explores more of the whole human thing. While yes, you're still in this cocoon, but outside this cocoon, ooh, child, and you meet different groups, you meet different infected. But once again, it's still what happens when you have to alter your thinking. And the same thing with the game. I mean, same thing with the show. As you see, we saw how Bill was. Bill. We saw how Joel was in episode 1, the way he was with Sarah and everything. And now, 20 years later, he's like, "No, we ain't helping him." Or, he wasn't thinking twice putting bullets in those people in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? And then, what was the one humane thing he did? Ellie, get back in that hole.
Right. To protect the child. But I'm sorry, the day that the old lady turned, my humanity gone. I'm shooting everybody in the face. You look like you might shot in the face. Like I stabbed in the eye. I can't do it. Because see, that very beginning stage is really how a lot of people probably get infected first.
Oh, most likely.
Because it's like, oh, it's boss. Oh, boss, you're drooling. Boss, now I remember you.
But the thing is, too, that's what I always thought. That's what I always thought was funny with a lot of these zombie shows or zombie movies. Is like, the person you're usually with. So if we out somewhere, boss comes stumbling and shambling, drooling from the mouth. That ain't boss no more.
No, I don't even want to be around him when he coughing.
Look, my luck could be I come in there. It's so hot.
But see, then in the Ryan's case, that sounds like boss.
That dude.
They're like, you gonna hear somebody shoot him? Wait.
Wait. Is he eating brains? Nah, just beer and tacos. Oh, he good.
Right, just tacos.
That's you're right.
Just give me some jalapenos. I'll be fine.
Right, he all right.
But yeah, so anything else everybody want to add? Because I know this episode was going to be a little bit more shorter since it was setting up for
Friday.
What we're going to see Friday. So yes, everybody, if you didn't see that message, Friday is when the new episode comes out because they don't want to compete with the Super Bowl. So expect us to do a review probably Sunday.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully we do it early Sunday because if we do it Sunday night and Philadelphia Eagles go Birds and they lose, I'm gonna be distraught.
Early Sunday. Ain't nobody trying to interfere. Ain't nobody trying to interfere with the Super Bowl for you fellas. Well, you humans.
Go Birds. Fly Eagles fly, baby.
I don't even know who's playing.
So hopefully early Sunday you'll get episode 5. And if you saw that trailer, you saw what's coming.
Woo!
Exciting.
Big boy.
You said what's coming.
Biggie
But,
is coming.
Anything else you want to add around your boss before we dip on out of here?
Catch us this weekend at the Houston Horror Film Festival pop-up. February 11th. I don't know where it is.
Raven Tower.
There it is. Raven Tower. If you see us, come say hi, take a picture, leave a comment below. Yay.
Yes.
And at Houston Horror Film Festival, you can follow them on IG to get, the links to show up to the pop-up and all that other stuff. $5 tickets, y'all. $5 pre-order now, 10 at the door.
Yep.
Right. And my added, I'm loving they're getting to showing Joel's humanity starting to come back. Like, so that is basically the foundation of what else is coming this season. And I cannot wait for Friday. I mean, like, I know we're streaming and then we're going to be probably on Nico's channel supporting and all that. But Friday night when all that's over, I'm straight to the HBO Max. Do you understand?
I'm going to be asleep.
So Aranya will be watching this Saturday night. So,
that's right.
Just to know what that is, I know her schedule. But anyway,
right.
I cannot wait to see what else is coming. I can't wait to see the performances of Henry and Sam. I know probably after this comes The Sewer, and that is going to break a lot of people. But yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of the show because we got 5 more episodes, just 5. And I know what the last 2 are. So these next 3, I'm so ready for.
Now, the only thing I want personally, I want season 1 to end the way the game ended.
That's all we're going to say. We can't elaborate.
That's all we're gonna say.
We can't elaborate.
Okay.
But thank y'all for tuning in. I know this episode was short, but it was still just as sweet. But like I said, you're gonna get another review Sunday, episode 5. You're gonna get another CCR of the Houston Horror Film Festival. We recently did CCR on Knock at the Cabin.
Yes, sir.
Aranya and I, CCR on You People and Shotgun Wedding. Check all that out on YouTube for the video, audio, Spotify, Google, Apple, and all other places podcasts can be consumed. Check us out Friday, twitch.tv/LessThanStealthyNinjas. We will continue our tour of wherever Dead Island Riptide wherever Dead Island Riptide is at. I don't know.
We crashed somewhere on another island.
We're in the city.
But no, I'm talking about the first game took place in Benoit. I don't know where the second one took place at.
Yeah, some other island.
Yeah, I was like, with some other island, we crashed somewhere else.
I don't think they ever gave a name to it. But yeah, so we still taking our tour of Dead Island Riptide to try to get done before April for Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
What else we got to plug? It's been down there at the bottom too. If you've been noticing this, it's been scrolling at the bottom where you can find us. But thank y'all for tuning in. Stay healthy, stay safe, avoid any tentacle kisses.
Stay hydrated.
Yep.
Avoid any unknown plants and unknown funguses and mushrooms, because if one of you curious motherfuckers kick off this shit, in
avoid
real
Australia. I feel like if any place it'd come from there.
Oh yeah, that's Benoit.
Well, leave Australia way over there. Hopefully it's a state.
You know somebody traveling bit. You know it.
Right.
Over there. Let it stay.
Straight Planet of the Apes. Just they walk into the airport, nose bleeding. It's like, I'm fine. It's just.
Now they did. Right. It's over.
Over there. But thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. On behalf of myself, Scootaloo, Cosmic Boss, the Running Miss. Peace.
See y'all next time.
Stay away from the cordyceps.